Joshua 1. And it came to pass after the death of Moses the servant of the Lord, that the Lord spake unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' servant, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore, arise, cross this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land that I am giving to the children of Israel. Every place where the sole of your foot treads, I will give to the descendants of Israel. From the desert and Lebanon to the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and to the great sea towards the setting of the sun, shall be your boundary. No one will be able to resist you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Strive, and be of good courage, for thou shalt cause this people to inherit the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and of good courage, to be careful to do according to all the law that my servant Moses commanded you. Do not deviate from it either to the right or to the left, so that you may prudently conduct yourself wherever you go. Let not this book of this law depart from your mouth, rather meditate on it day and night, that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it, for then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and thou shalt have success. Didn't I send you? Strive, and be of good courage, fear not, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Then Joshua commanded the princes of the people, saying, Pass through the midst of the camp, and command the people, saying, Provide yourselves with food, for within 3 days you shall pass over this Jordan, that you may go in to possess the land which the Lord your God is giving you to possess. And Joshua spoke to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half-tribe of Manasseh, saying, Remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, The Lord your God gives you rest, and has given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your livestock, stay in the land that Moses gave you on this side of the Jordan, but you shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty, and help them. Until the Lord gives rest to your brethren as he has given you, and they also possess the land which the Lord your God is giving them, then shall ye return to the land of your inheritance, and possess that which Moses the servant of the Lord gave you on this side Jordan toward the rising of the sun. Then they answered Joshua, saying, All that you commanded us we will do, and wherever you send us we will go. As we listened to Moses in everything, so will we listen to you, only the Lord your God be with you, as he was with Moses. Every man who rebels against your orders and does not listen to your words and all that you command him shall die. Just make the effort, and be of good cheer. Joshua 2. And Joshua the son of Nun sent 2 men secretly from Shittim to spy out, saying, Go and survey the land in Jericho. So they went and entered the house of a prostitute woman, whose name was Rahab, and slept there. Then it was reported to the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, men of the children of Israel came here this night to spy out the land. Therefore the king of Jericho sent and said to Rahab, Take away the men who have come to you and entered your house, for they have come to spy out all the land. But that woman took the 2 men, and hid them, and said, It is true that men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. And it came to pass, when the door was shut, and it was already dark, that those men went out. I don't know where those men went, go after them quickly, because you will overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof, and had hidden them among the flax stalks, which she had set in order on the roof. And those men went after them by the way of Jordan, to the fords, and when they had gone out, the door was closed. And before they slept, she went up to them on the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you this land, and that the dread of you is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint before you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites, Sihon and Og, who were beyond Jordan, whom you destroyed. When we heard it, our heart fainted, and no one else has any courage because of your presence, for the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on earth beneath. Now therefore, swear to me, I pray, by the Lord, that as I have shown mercy to you, that you also will show mercy to my father's house, and give me a sure sign. That you will save my father and mother and my brothers and sisters with their lives, with all that they have, and that you will save our lives from death. Then those men answered him, "Our life will answer for yours until death, if you do not denounce this business of ours." So she let them down by a rope through the window, because her house was on the wall of the city, and she lived on the wall. And she said to them, "Go to the mountain, lest perchance the pursuers find you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers return, and then go your way." And those men said to him, "We will be released from this oath that you made us swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt tie this cord of scarlet thread to the window through which thou hast let us down, and thou shalt bring thy father, and thy mother, and thy brethren, and all thy father's household into thy house with thee. So it shall come to pass, that whosoever goeth out of the door of thy house, his blood shall be on his own head, and we shall be innocent, but whoever is with you in the house, his blood be on our head, if anyone lays a hand on him. However, if you denounce this business of ours, we will be released from the oath you made us swear." And she said, "According to your words, so be it." So she fired them, and they are gone, and she tied the scarlet cord to the window. So they went and came to the mountain, and they stayed there 3 days, until the pursuers returned, because the pursuers looked for them all the way, but did not find them. So those 2 men returned, and went down from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all that had befallen them. And they said to Joshua, "Surely the Lord has given the whole land into our hand, for even all the inhabitants are afraid of us." Joshua 3. So Joshua rose early in the morning, and they departed from Shittim, he and all the children of Israel, and they came as far as Jordan, and stayed there before they crossed over. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days, that the officers passed through the midst of the camp. And they commanded the people, saying, "When you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the Levite priests carry it, you also shall depart from your place, and follow it. Let there be, however, between you and her, a distance of 2,000 cubits, and do not come near to it, so that you may know the way by which you must go, for you have never passed this way before." Joshua also said to the people, "Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you." And Joshua spake unto the priests, saying, "Lift up the ark of the covenant, and go over before this people." So they lifted up the ark of the covenant and went on ahead of the people. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Today I will begin to magnify you in the eyes of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. You shall therefore command the priests who carry the ark of the covenant, saying, When you come to the waters of the Jordan, you shall stop there." And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, "Come near hither, and hear the words of the Lord your God." And Joshua said, "By this ye shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will certainly drive out from before you the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth passes over Jordan before you. So now take 12 men from the tribes of Israel, 1 man from each tribe. For it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests, who bear the ark of the Lord of the whole earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, then shall the waters of Jordan be divided, and the waters that come from above will stop piled up." And it came to pass, when the people departed from their tents to cross Jordan, that the priests carried the ark of the covenant before the people. And when those who carried the ark came to Jordan, and their feet were wet at the edge of the waters, for Jordan overflowed all its banks all the days of harvest, the waters, which came from above, were stopped. They stood up in a heap, far from the city of Adam, which is beside Zarethan, and those that went down to the sea of the plains, which is the salt sea, were completely separated, so the people passed over in front of Jericho. But the priests, who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, stood firm on dry ground in the middle of the Jordan, and all Israel passed on dry land, until all the people had finished crossing the Jordan. Joshua 4. It came to pass, when all the people had finished crossing Jordan, that the Lord spoke to Joshua, saying, "Take from the people 12 men, from each tribe 1 man. And command them, saying, Take away from here, out of the midst of Jordan, from the place where the feet of the priests stood, 12 stones, and take them with you to the other side and deposit them in the lodging where you will spend the night. So Joshua called the 12 men whom he had chosen from the children of Israel, from each tribe 1 man. And Joshua said unto them, Go over before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of Jordan, and each one lift a stone on his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. That this may be a sign among you, and when your children in the future ask, saying, What mean these stones? Then you shall tell them that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. As she passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were divided, so these stones will be for a memorial to the children of Israel forever. So the children of Israel did as Joshua had commanded, and set up 12 stones from the midst of Jordan, as the Lord had said to Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and they took them with them to the lodging, and deposited them there. Joshua also set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, at the place where the feet of the priests who carried the ark of the covenant had stood, and there they are to this day. So the priests who carried the ark stood upright in the midst of Jordan, until all that the Lord commanded Joshua to say to the people, according to all that Moses had commanded Joshua, was accomplished, and the people hastened, and passed over. And it came to pass, when all the people had passed over, that the ark of the Lord passed over, and the priests, in the sight of the people. And the children of Reuben, and the children of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh passed over, armed before the children of Israel, as Moses had spoken to them. About 40,000 men of war, armed, passed before the Lord for battle, to the plains of Jericho. On that day the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him, as they had feared Moses, all the days of his life. So the Lord spoke to Joshua, saying, Command the priests who carry the ark of the testimony to go up from the Jordan. And Joshua commanded the priests, saying, Go up from Jordan. And it came to pass, as the priests, who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, went up from the midst of Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were put on dry ground, the waters of Jordan returned to their place, and flowed, as before, over all its banks. So the people went up from Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and they lodged in Gilgal, on the east side of Jericho. And the 12 stones, which they had taken from Jordan, Joshua set up at Gilgal. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, When in the future your children shall ask their fathers, saying, What mean these stones? You shall let your children know, saying, Israel crossed over this Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan before you until you passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up before us until we crossed over. That all the peoples of the earth may know the hand of the Lord, which is mighty, so that you may fear the Lord your God always. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and make a comment.